Hey everybody, it's Jade. Happy Skol Saturday and happy week number 3, NFL fans. Can you believe it? We're already in week number 3. It's crazy. Before we were just like, when is the season gonna start? It's almost here. It's almost here. And now we're in week number 3. Wild. And Vikings fans, are we ready for week number 3? I think we probably are after the week number 2 prime time purple embarrassment yet again. But, onwards and upwards, right? So big game this week for the Vikings and for their opponent too, being the Motor City Kitties, because Minnesota Vikings, they're hosting the Hard Knocks darlings, the Detroit Lions, this week at high noon Central Time at the Bird Graveyard, aka US Bank Stadium. And the NFC North all tied up right now, all teams 1-1. So a very important game, especially because it's a divisionary game, but all games are important, right? All games are important, but this one, of course, very important, being another NFC North team. And don't sleep on the Lions. Don't sleep on them. I think that's like an ongoing theme now. But I've been saying that since last year when I was concerned that the Lions were going to get their first victory of the season versus the Vikings. And then what happened? What happened? The Vikings lost at the very end, and the Lions got their first victory of the season versus the Vikings. And then Dan Campbell was just, crying his eyes out. All due respect to Dan Campbell, of course. Seriously, I like that dude a lot. I kind of wish he was the Vikings head coach, but, so hopefully that doesn't happen again tomorrow. But I am planning on live streaming the game. Planning on starting at about 11 a.m. Central Time, so Skol on through, swing on by, I'll be there. And then at about 11:30 Central tomorrow, I'm going to do my prediction segment that I call Planetary Pregame. Yes, exactly. You heard that right. Planetary Pregame. I look at the planets, and I see what they're doing in the sky, and I look at the astrological chart of the game to see if I can make a prediction on who the winner is going to be from what the planets are doing. And so far in the regular season, I'm 2-0, so hoping for 3-0 tomorrow, knock on wood. And like I said, I will make my official prediction tomorrow between 11:30 and noon. So definitely stop on by, but I'll be there the whole entire game. So it would be great if you stopped through. And before I get into the game tomorrow, I do just want to go back in time on Monday night. Again, primetime purple embarrassment loss versus the freaking Eagles. I can't stand that team, can't stand the Beta, can't stand the team. But they were the team that actually showed up on Monday Night Purple. Where were you? Hello? I don't think the Vikings realized that they were playing a game. I think they were still in Minnesota trying to figure it out. Because as you may or may not know, the Vikings lost, 24-7 to the Eagles on Monday. I was very concerned about that game. I was very concerned. Philadelphia is a very tough place to play. And all week long from Minnesota, what did we hear? They had their confidence high. That's good to have confidence. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but the Vikings, they always get the cart before the horse. They always do that. And then they did it again. The overconfidence, it kind of shot them in the foot, so to speak. But another thing too, that I'm concerned about, that is just, it is what it is. He is who he is. Pizza Boy is Pizza Boy. That's who he is. Like Kirk Cousins. Can Kevin elevate Kirk Cousins to another level this year? Can Puppet Master Kevin marionette Pizza Ranch Boy to make him into this Super Bowl, elite winning quarterback? No. I think even if Kevin O'Connell is a great marionettist, okay? The greatest marionettist of all time, right? The greatest puppet master of all time. It's not going to happen. Kirk is who he is. And until he is off of this team, or until he is no longer the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, the Vikings are never going to a Super Bowl. Never. I've said that since day one, and I have continued to say, prove me wrong, Pizza Boy. Prove me wrong. But here we are in year number 5, and I'm still saying it. It's the same old song and dance over here. People, we're stuck in purple purgatory. Vikings fans, we are. All right? But I'm not going to turn this into a Kirk bashing session here, whatever. But We heard all this talk about, okay, Kevin O'Connell, he's going to bring something out of Kirk. Okay. What did we see on Monday night? Typical Pizza Ranch boy during prime time. He cowers like a little frightened turtle. Okay, you make a mistake. It happens, dude. It happens. You threw a pick. You know what? At least you were being aggressive. Well, kind of. But, Kirk doesn't do that. He's not one to, make those aggressive plays, throw where there might be a pick. So if you're doing that a little bit more, hey, that's great. But you know what? Everything's not always going to be perfect. You might make a mistake. And when Kirk makes a mistake, from what we've seen, from what I have seen here, he can't rise above the errors. He can't rise above the errors himself. He needs someone else to, Kirk, are you comfy? Because that's the motto for Vikings 2022 here. Kirk, are you comfortable? Because if Kirk's not comfy, shit's going to hit the fan. And that's just what it is. It is what it is. And people are going to say, the loss wasn't all on Kirk's fault. Okay, it is a team sport. I get that. It's a team effort. But he takes up a big part of the salary, and he's the starting quarterback on a football team. Right? That's a very crucial piece, okay, to the team. Very crucial player. So, and I will say, okay, it's only week number 2, it only was week number 2. We're only going into week number 3. Kevin's 3rd game as head coach. Yes, there's going to be some growing pains here, but I just don't think it's practical, logical. I see in the realistic realm when it comes to the purple. I want them to win. I do. But I need to see the receipts. And so far, I'm seeing the same old song and dance. And it only took the 2nd week to get there. But I didn't drink that purple Kool-Aid. I'm not one to drink the purple Kool-Aid. Again, I want them to win. I do. But I need to see the receipts. I need to see the proof, and I'm not seeing it. At this point, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But I will say I was listening to Purple Pocket Podcast, and he had Super Will on. And Super Will said that he thinks that Christian Ponder is better than Kirk Cousins. And that, woo, people. That was a hot take that I have not heard before. And I'm not going to lie. My Vikings horns, they kind of perked up a little bit to that. I'm pondering it. I'm pondering that comparison. Badoom ching. Okay. But I was like, whoa, that's a hot take there that I have not heard before. Not gonna lie. I'm thinking about that a little bit more. So anyway, the offense with the Vikings on Monday night, again, it was embarrassing. And I said too, for the quarterbacks, for Kirk and for Jalen Hurts, very important game on Monday night for Kirk. Dude, can you wear your adult diapers on prime time? Nope, you're still in the Pampers. And then Jalen Hurts, dude, are you ready actually to lead a team here, to be the starting quarterback, the go-to guy for the Eagles? And who rose above there? Who answered? Jalen Hurts did. Between those two, okay. Who was the more confident quarterback? It's just like night and day to me. And when I asked some Eagles fans too, going into that week, I was like, does Kirk Cousins scare you? The answer is no. Ugh. But Kevin O'Connell, you get to marionetting, okay? You get to marionetting, you get Kirk comfortable. And I do think that this will be a bounce back week for Cousins. So we'll see. But on to the Vikings defense too. The Vikings defense, I am now just officially, I'm calling them the nursing home. That's what they are. They're just old for players. They're not actually old by any means, but for NFL standards, they're just old, especially the Vikings secondary. And I've been harping on that for months. And here we are. Cam Dantzler, what were you doing, dude? Bye. Go sit on the bench. Think about what you're not doing. Caleb Evans, I mentioned him, earlier this year. I think he is a star on the rise. I think he's one to watch, especially for the Vikings. Well, obviously he's on the Vikings, but I think he's going to be a crucial piece here as the season goes on. I could be wrong, but again, Caleb Evans, watch out for him, because the Vikings defense, the nursing home, they're struggling, and it's a bummer for the nursing home tomorrow too, because the Vikings are going to be without Harrison Smith, who is half of the Babysitters Club. The Babysitters Club, that being Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks, because they're always coming in and cleaning up the mess from the rest of the nursing home. So that's going to be a little bit of a buzzkill for the Vikings tomorrow, especially for their defense. But for the game tomorrow, I think the Vikings are going to win. I don't think the Lions can be ignored. I think they're on the up and up. I think that they have been the sleepers, just laying in the weeds, working their way up since last year, where, I was nervous last year that the Lions were going to get their first win of the season versus the Vikings. And then what happened? Exactly that. So can't sleep on the Lions. I think, too, they are the sleeper of the NFC North this year. I've been saying that for a while. But with all of that being said, with the primetime purple embarrassment on Monday, I have a good feeling that the Vikings are actually going to win the game tomorrow, bounce back, and they really, really need it too. On Monday, I was saying during the stream, if the Vikings could just get some points in the second half, just to give them a little bit of something to go back home to Minnesota with, and just nothing. So I think being at home, the home stadium, your home fan base, the Skol chant, the horn, the fans being excited, not a border battle, a divisionary game, very important. I think the fans are going to be riled up, and especially we collectively want to put that Monday night game behind us officially, but I think it's going to come back to haunt the Vikings. It might, hopefully not, but onward and upward here with the Lions. And the Lions, they have some injuries too that they're dealing with, and they are the Lions after all, but they're on the up and up. I do think it's going to be a battle for the Vikings. I don't think they can just waltz in and be like, oh, we're at home again, here we are. No, because if we go back to the Lions offense, week 1, the Lions put up 35 points. Week number 2, the Lions put up 36 points. And the Vikings offense collectively between week 1 and week 2, they have put up 30 points total. So in week 1, they put up 23, and then Monday, 7. So hopefully, Kirk Cousins, put your depends on, pull up your big boy pants, all right? Just throw it, dude. Just trust. You got to trust, man. You got to trust in yourself. Kirk, are you comfy? Kirk, are you comfy? Because if Kirk's not comfortable, nothing's going to work here. And Justin Jefferson, he's very quiet on Monday. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Adam Thielen, where was he? A little quiet. KJ Osborne, where was he? They're all 3 great players, right? But who's throwing them the ball? Who's throwing them the ball? Pizza Boy. So if Pizza Boy isn't confident in himself, if he's not throwing the ball, we're not going to score any points. And then Dalvin Cook was a little quiet too. I think the Vikings should just start Alexander Madison. I think the Vikings should actually just start listening to me, and they should have traded Dalvin Cook 2 years ago when he was at his peak. But, nobody's listening to me over here, even though they should. But, again, I think the Vikings are going to get the win tomorrow. I am going to do my official prediction during my pregame tomorrow at about 11:30 Central Time. So stop on through if you want to hear the official prediction. But, yeah, I got a good feeling for the Vikings here that they're going to get their ass together, going to be at home, in your home environment, the bird graveyard, and especially after, again, that primetime purple embarrassment. It's like the primetime purple embarrassment that, being at rock bottom for the Vikings. If you're at rock bottom, that embarrassing level, you can't get any lower. You can only go up, right? So here we go. But I think it's going to be tough. And again, if the Lions end up winning the game tomorrow, hey, again, don't sleep on the Lions. Don't sleep on Dan Campbell and biting those kneecaps or whatever. The Hard Knocks darlings. Anyhow, so I'm going to stop now. I think I mentioned everything that I did want to talk about. One thing, too, that I just found to be a little funny, I guess at this point, after the loss on Monday night, funny, is immediately what did the players, Kevin O'Connell, I will say, he took accountability for the loss. Hey, the loss is on me. Hey, you're the head coach. Good on you. You got to respect that for taking accountability. We'll see, if and when the next loss happens, what happens then or who takes accountability there. But another thing that just made me like, tee-hee, here we go again. Like, okay. All the players, well, I shouldn't say all of them, but Adam Thielen in particular, when I was listening to the post-game like interviews and stuff after the loss on Monday, well, we got to watch the film. 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 Stop. The game is the film. The game that you just played in right there, that is the film. The game is the film. The film is the game. Stop. We got to watch a film. Yeah, just shut it. It just makes me laugh at this point because it's such just like we really got to watch the film. So you can say that with anything, with absolutely anything. No, you got to watch excuses. It's all excuses. I wanted to see how the Vikings handled adversity, and I saw, and was I impressed? Did you like that? No, I didn't. So hopefully the Vikings can be on the up and up here. And, for Kevin O'Connell, it is only it's only game number 3, or, it was only 2 games. We're only into game number 3 as head coach. Growing pains. I get it. I know. But at the end of the day, let's all remember here what they're paid millions of dollars to do. Okay? All right. Anyway, that's all I got. So, people, let me know what you think about the game tomorrow. I think I'm probably forgetting about a couple of things that I wanted to touch on. You know how I do. But if I remember them, I'll talk about them tomorrow. So please join me too for the live stream. I am very excited. Starting at about 11 a.m. But kickoff high noon. Planetary pregame, 11:30 Central Time tomorrow. Please join me. But until then, thank you so much for joining me today. Do a little purple pregame and a little postgame too, even though we already did the postgame. But let me know what you all think after week number 2, which you pretty much already did. But let me know, and let me know what you think about the Vikings going into the game tomorrow, and just where you're at with the team too. I know some of you probably still drinking the Kool-Aid, and hey, good on you. People got to do it. But if you want to come over to the realistic realm and hang out over here with me, that's cool too. We're always welcoming more members in here. We want the Vikings to get to the Super Bowl. We do. But we need to see the proof. We need to see the receipts. We do. So anyway, come on over and join if you're not already hanging out in the realistic realm. It's nice over here. But thanks again for joining me on this Skol Saturday. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope to see you tomorrow on the live stream. And until then, peace out, everybody. Later. P.S. Mar. Hi. Hi to you and Kitty. Miss you both. Hope you are doing fabulous. Hope to see you soon, too. And thanks for watching. All right, everybody. I'll check you hopefully tomorrow. All right. Peace out.